Holy shit, you sexy bastard. This is great to see all of you guys showing up on this gorgeous Friday morning. I was just doing some push-ups. Alyssa Payne. Shaylee's here. Shaylee Hakamian. Shana Tova to all the Jewish people out there. What I'd love to know. Hello, Mark. Sorry, I just did some push-ups. Well, I'm not sorry. I'm just out of breath. Let's all come back together. Good morning, everyone. Jen, good to see everybody. I'm glad y'all are showing up. I can't lie. I can lie, actually, but I'm not going to lie. I had a hectic morning. Like the Wi-Fi didn't work at the other place, and then blah, who cares? You guys have all had some probably wild days as well. What I'd love to know is what y'all had for breakfast. Most important meal of the day, Jeremy, who's the producer of the show, had he's French, so he did some crazy shit with eggs. He's like, I framboise the egg, and we put a little spice. Sorry, Jeremy, that's my shitty French accent. Jeremy, I'm not going to record the DSLR yet, right? Or do you want to just start it when we do the things? Okay. What is up? Oh, fuck. All you people are here. Jen is here. Shanatava. Alan is here. What did you guys have for breakfast? Prepping for Rosh Hashanah. Coffee. Alyssa Payne. Shaylee had Chinese food. This is the most Jewish thing I've heard all day. A Jew during Jewish New Year had Chinese food. Sean Carey. JT Boone. I love seeing all of you guys. This makes it all worth it. Highlight of my day is seeing all you sexy bastards show up. Akua, good to see you. Sean Carey again. Drew Banyan. Alyssa, William, Philip. What is up, Niels? Brian Weber, Lucas Mullen. We have a show for you today. What is Aguzma Pierre? Coolest name of the day, Aguzma Pierre. Ashley's here. Yes. Molly Walsh. Oh my God, you had a Cubana coffee and a Cornetta? Dude, Miami living. Did you do it in a Lamborghini Kintosh with the Miami Vice people? What is up, Kevin, Lucas, Go Build Break, Isabel, Lola. So what I love to do is we do all these office hours. Today we have a very special show. It's new, it's experimental, and I think it's going to be wild. Brian Weber had no breakfast. I'm having coffee, and I already washed the dish. I had a spoon of peanut butter. It's a new keto thing where you put peanuts and you mash them and then you call it peanut butter. So, yes, I am in Denver, Colorado. I don't know if you can see it. I'm at my buddy Barr's place. So you guys can't see out the window there. Denver is highly underrated. I was surprised how amazing this place is. If anyone's out in Denver, what is up, John Milanowski? If this is your first time showing up for office hours, what is up, Rocket? This is going to be exciting. Sean Park is here. Yes. Joel, what is up, man? Denver, by the way, I don't know if you guys have been out here or spent time out here. This place is amazing. I was really surprised. The architecture is great. The outdoors are great. Prices are great. People are great. Nightlife is awesome. Food is awesome. What is up, Patrick? What is up, John? Yeah, I'm kind of on a mission to find the coolest cities in America. And I have a list. Maybe I can share it if you guys are interested. But Denver definitely is like raised. It's like going up the Rocky Mountains, if you know what I'm saying. My jokes are real shitty today. If it is your first time here for our 8-figure office hours, please put a 1 in the comment below. So it's not my first time, but throw a 1 in there if this is your first time. If you are a returning person and you've shown up at these office hours before, I love seeing all you sexy bastards. Matt Payton. I love doing that. I love doing that face, man. Every time I see you, I love doing it. If it's your first time, all right, we got some newcomers. Hamza, Ahmad, what is up, man? Hamza also does my taxes. I don't know if you guys know that. Just kidding. So if it is first, it's not your first time, Shaylee. Don't worry. If it's your first time, Molly Walsh, S. Dares, all these people with very unique names. Mark Filame, Jumu. What is that, my man? Michael Eckstein's showing up. Amir Karashi. And if it is your returning time, you know what to put in the comments. So if you're a returner, show the other returners what's up. Throw that in the comments. For all the new people, let's welcome them. Welcome them to the fucking party. Welcome them to the family. They're part of the underdog tribe, and they're here in the right place. We're going to do some business magic today. This is either going to go really, really well, or it's going to be a total bust. But either way, it's going to be fun. John. All right. Charlie Riley's here. What's up, Charlie? All right. If you're a returner, you guys know what to do. Matthew Morgan, good to see you. Anna Fitzgerald knew what to do. David Smith, welcome to the party. Yes, Ikua knows what's up. You throw those jihas in there. Niels is a welcoming person. Good to see you, Niels. God, Niels is always like, he's like a young Doogie Howser. He's like the 2020 Doogie. He doesn't even know who Doogie Howser is the crazy part. Brian Weber's in the house. Eric Knutson. What is it? Knutson. It's probably a Knutson. It's probably not a Knutson. Philip is here. I love your guys' stuff as well. So today, I'm calming down. So I had to take a moment just to kind of come back to myself. David Tong is here. So David, you're about to come on the show and you're commenting on the show. I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing here. We're going to have two amazing guests come on the show. And guys, I'm just going to give you a sneak preview of it. We have two people who have two businesses that they want to be starting. And we're going to see if we, not just me, but all of us can help them live. So this is an experimental thing. It's kind of like the Noah's Ark. If you've been checking out the podcast from a few years ago, these are just like live business optimizations. I don't even know what we're going to be calling them, but that will be coming on in just a moment. But it's good to see everyone. Marcel Maldonado, say my name when no one is around me. I don't know why you want me to do that, but I will. So it's going to be wild. There's two different businesses. They may not even end up doing those businesses. They may end up like applying for jobs at McDonald's, but who knows? We don't know what's going to happen today. It will definitely be an adventure. So before I jump into that, make sure if you guys aren't subscribed on the YouTube channel, as well as hit that notification bell. That is how we let you know about these office hours. They're generally every single Friday. Next week's office hours, I'm pretty sure my mom's going to show up. Mama Suma's going to come and roast some businesses, so we might be in for a treat next week. So make sure you're subscribed, notification bell. I want to go before we go into these live businesses starts. It's going to be interesting for sure. What I want to know before we jump into that is, what is the win of your week? What's the wins of the week? And I love doing that. Just kind of like lift the mood. Or if you don't have any wins of the week, just something you're grateful for today. What was my grateful for today? Jeremy's gratitude this morning. Not, I don't say gratitude, but Jeremy was happy this morning for his breakfast. What was mine? Yesterday, I was really grateful for heaters, because in Denver it gets cold. I was like, man, I'm so glad whoever invented heaters. All right. So win of your week, or just like something you're happy about today, something that you're proud of yourself. He's grateful for my dog, Matthew. You are my dog, bro. So I'm grateful for you. Is that a Rode mic? No, this is an ATR 2100. That's just my travel mic, podcast mic. And then I have a Rode mic and some other stuff. And then I have this kind of camera creating on the side. Beep. All right. And then I bought a brand new Logitech Brio something. I think it's a 4K. All right. John is grateful for his gym is open. I wonder if Trent and David, the guys who are in the green screen, the guys who are about to come on, and we're going to tear down some of their businesses and then build them up together, are nervous. We'll see. So grateful to take a day off this Sunday. Hell yeah, Rocket. I hope you have a great day off, man. Kevin, good to see you, my homie. Still on target for his 100 video reviews. Way to go. Law of 100. It is nice to see these wins of the week. And I've also got to slow down because like I was rushing this morning doing a bunch of stuff. So I'm just kind of like settling in a little bit before we jump into helping out two guys with their businesses. And next week, I told you, Shaylee, I said we're going to do females. So we're going to do these two businesses. And then the last part, I'm going to try to answer questions exclusively of females. And then next week, we have a woman, I think either next week or the following week, coming on. And we're going to do a business build up or Noah's Ark of business with her. One of the week is I'm accepted to do a TEDx style talk next month. Hell yeah, Kua. Took a day off. Deep breath, Brian. Yeah, we can all take a deep breath. Jeremy, you want to take a deep breath, or Trent and David? Let's just do it together. Oh, Jeremy, that was a really nice breath. Really nice breath, my man. Hamza started a workout routine. Hells yes. Oh, Niels rode his bike every day to the office. That is what I'm talking about. I think my win of the week was just mountain biking in Colorado. Had an amazing time over in Crested Butte. That was definitely my win of the week. So Kevin, hit up Jeremy at okdork.com and maybe we can try to get Haiti on the show, but she's already doing well in business. She just got to keep going. That's it. She just keeps rocking. Shaylee, getting new people to teach them social media, email marketing week, and Yada Women Week. Would love to contribute. Thank you. Yes. Hit up Jeremy. And by the way, we'll pick one or two people at the end of the show to invite to our private VIP Slack group. So the people who are the most active in the comments, the most helpful. If you're helping other people, if you're contributing, we'll invite you to our private Slack group where we hang out. All right. This is really great to see all your wins. You guys are awesome. This is so cool. And I think one of the things that's amazing is how impressive you. It's so weird. We're live. I know it's live, but I'm looking at you. Like, you guys are so impressive. And maybe, I don't know if you realize that, but you are. And I love seeing all the things that you guys are doing. I'm like, damn, these guys, why are they here? But you're here, and we're going to make it amazing. And it's just cool that we can all party together on the interwebs. So Angel signed up landscaping. Molly Wall set up alerts for live sessions like this. How do you source guests for these office hours? Jeremy does. So Jeremy at okdork.com, and he is the producer of everything. Lucas broke his deadlift PR. don't break your back. Deadlift is the most overrated workout thing I've ever seen. When people are like, I'm like, what are you trying to do here? How often are you picking up heavy things off the ground like that? Or maybe you do it a lot. I don't know. I just don't get why people are doing deadlifts. I'm like, it's not called a live lift. It's called a dead lift. Like, you should try to do things where you're not dying. All right. Anyways, my jokes are not as great this morning. Socrates, watching from the Philippines. Awesome, my man. Oh, shit. Emmanuel, this is our friend who's about to go broke because he's a day trader. Just kidding. He's got a small account. Dude, every account starts somewhere, man. So I hope you have a lot of success with it. But you've had 6 green days. I hope you become Robin Hood rich. That should be a phrase. All right, it's time. That's what they say in UFC. It's time. So now we are going to bring on 2 guests. The first one, all right, we're just going to do this. So the first one is going to be Trent. Trent, are you ready? All right, I'm going to bring him on. All right, so I'm going to hit record.
What's up, guys?
Oh, no. Trent's here, everyone. Not oh, no.
I wish I could do as many push-ups as you know. I saw you doing them right before you hopped on, and it got me fired up.
Bro, if you want, do you need to do a few before we get going? Do you
I feel ready to go. I feel ready to go. I'd love to see you do some. You honestly have a great form. And I was doing your monthly 1K course, shout out monthly 1K, and you were doing some push-ups in there as well and almost got to the 100, so it's pretty impressive.
I can't wait. I'm doing 100,000 push-ups this year, and I can't wait for it to be over. I was looking at my tracker yesterday, and
How do you track that?
So I use an app called PushFit. I think it's like $1, something like that, and it shows you how many push-ups you've done in the year. And I still have 36,000 left. I was like, it just never ends. I was just can't wait for the day I can wake up and just wake up. All right. So instead of doing push-ups, and more importantly, we're going to talk about your business and you and everyone. This is the part of the story and the journey that a lot of people are going through a very similar experience. So I'm glad that you're coming on and you're being vulnerable and you're sharing your insides.
Let's do it.
So you have a day job. I don't think we'll name the company. But you're a junior account executive. Where are you in the world?
So funny story. So a little context to me. So I'm based in Dallas, Texas. Typically, I'm actually in Chicago right now, dog sitting for one of my colleagues. He's on his honeymoon. And he said, if I fly you out and pay you, will you come watch my dogs? I said, yes, I'm in Chicago. The other day, they completely chewed up my glasses. I was super bummed out about that. Nice glasses. I was doing some soul searching, saw your post. Let's build a business, something I've been thinking about doing for a while. And that's what's brought us here right now.
So we could talk about the dogs if you like. I think everyone was really interested that you're dog sitting. No. So I am like truly like really sorry to hear about your glasses.
I appreciate it because the owner said, he's like, don't leave them alone. I put them in a side room and a cleaning lady came and my glasses were super stocked away. They went out of their way to mess them up. So I don't know how it happened, but we've moved past it.
Yeah. So I think everyone's really excited to spend the next 45 minutes hearing about that. I think... No, I've played. All right. So everyone, RIP, prayer for them, all that stuff. So you have a day job. You're a junior account executive. That's a sales role. Yeah.
Software sales. Yeah.
Software sales. And then I'm just going to show everyone, he does have a YouTube channel as well. Trent, I do appreciate you coming on and sharing this stuff. Sometimes it is, in business, you're putting yourself out there. So he's in search of ultimate freedom. He's got 330 YouTube subscribers. And the fact that you've been doing it consistently, looks like you were doing it consistently now for a few months.
Yeah.
5 months. I want to give you props on that. I think sometimes people can be like, oh, I'm not, rich. I'm not famous. But dude, the fact you consistently for 5 months, you've been putting out content. So I want to give you props on that. And that's something, honestly, the whole week for me and for you and for everyone, give your guys self a little bit of credit. Like, I think I don't know if you are, but it's like, oh, I'm not this yet. It's like, well, what are you and what have you done? So big ups on that. One question I want to ask, and I think this is the question that a lot of people are thinking in their heads is, you're in search of ultimate freedom. How do you know what that looks like? And what does that mean? Like real briefly too.
That's a great question. So I wanted to have something that was unique to my personal brand. I didn't want to say fire movement, retire early, something based like that. I want to think of something new. And essentially what ultimate freedom means to me is, of course, financial freedom, but freedom in the sense of emotional freedom, feeling happy with myself, about my life, my relationships, and freedom with my health, be active, to be able to do push-ups and run. I'm training for a marathon right now. So just whatever freedom means for you, just go and try and make it happen and have abundance in your life.
Dope. So what would make this amazing? So we're going to basically do, for everyone who's shown up for the show, and we're going to basically do like a 30-day, see if we can actually help Trent get freedom. I think one of the best ways to get freedom is to be clear what that means, though. So right now it is September 18th, 2020. By the end of this year, what would be an amazing like step towards that freedom that we could actually potentially accomplish?
Yeah, so I think something that's really been on my mind is, I mean, I make a fair amount doing software sales, but I really want to make additional revenue streams. So
Hell
of
yeah.
course I want to make money from the internet. That's why I initially started YouTube, but I quickly realized that's going to take forever to actually make real money off YouTube. So I might as well rule that out right now. So I've been thinking, what are other ways yeah, I mean,
Keep
I'd
going,
be
keep going,
curious.
keep going.
Okay, so I've been thinking, what are other ways to make money from the internet? That's something I want to set up and just by 30 at least have another viable revenue stream. Not necessarily say I want to retire, but something to cover my expenses. So I think a quantifiable outcome could be to make $1,000 in a month, not necessarily pure profit, but say, hey, if we can set something up and maybe not even by the end of the year, but by the end of November, make $1,000 a month with X business that we hopefully are going to be able to create, bring everyone into that. I think that'd be a major success.
So I think it's great that yeah, I think that's great, man. I think you're like everyone else out there in a positive way, not like, I think we all think we're unique, which we're not. Um, not in a bad sense, but I think it's beautiful that you're like, hey, here's what I want. I want to supplement my income. One thing I want to do, just as we're talking about that, is that for everyone else out there, is that if you don't have a clear goal by a clear deadline, that's the first step. A lot of people say they want out of the rat race. A lot of people say they want freedom. A lot of people, they say this stuff, but it's like, well, what does that mean? Like, how much do you actually need? And it sounds like for you, it's 1,000 a month, or having something like that consistently by the end of the year would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. And I've set goals like this in the past, but they've been maybe a little overly audacious. And I really like the quote: "If you want something you never have, you got to do something you've never done." And I've thought about doing these things, but I've never actually acted on it and done it and seen it through for long enough to see results. So I'm thinking this is the inflection point that is going to happen right now.
Fuck, dude, that's a lot of pressure on us, dude. I don't know if like the whole underdog community and us can, but we can. Well, at least do our best. So, what do you think you haven't? Why haven't you? What haven't you done before? Because I think everyone's smart and everyone's like watched the videos and taken the courses and read the books. Like, what is it that you have not done?
I think it's just consistent action. Like everyone has the ideas, everyone sees what other people are doing, and it seems like if some of these people can figure out some of these things, you can really figure out anything. So I think just actually potentially maybe selling something online. I don't exactly know. I have some ideas I can bounce to you in the community because that hopefully can lead to something. So I think that's just figuring out the idea and figuring out an idea that's viable enough to stick with for long enough to actually see results.
Okay. Well, let's so have you tried before and then you've kind of given up? This is
Well,
this is the emotional part of the story. We need
yeah,
this
so
for the production where people do tears.
yeah, so we can clip this, but yeah, I mean, I've failed a lot of times. So
Do you want
just
to
a
give
little
us a few of the
context.
highlight reel?
Yeah, so I graduated from college about 2 years ago, moved to Dallas, was super ingrained in my software sales role. Once I got a little bit more efficient, I said, okay, let me start doing some other things. So the first thing I did was with one of my friends a year ago, and we started a podcast. It was called The Reluctant Adults. It was actually pretty funny. We did about 10 episodes and we stopped. We always said, oh, maybe we'll do well enough that we can quit our job. We eventually stopped. And then about a month or two later, me and that guy and another guy started another podcast, did 10 episodes, and then stopped. It seems like right around that month time, it just ends up evaporating. I've now started the YouTube channel that I've been going for about 4 months, relatively consistently. And then outside of that, I mean, I've done a good amount of research into affiliate marketing, e-commerce, all this other stuff, but I've never actually said, here's the idea, I'll put a little bit of money into it or no money and actually do it.
Yeah.
I've never done the actions that will lead to that end result consistent enough to see anything.
All right, so let's break. So one, thank you for sharing. And dude, this is such an interesting to hear your story, because I guess I don't get to hear him. I don't get to hear him as much. So it's really cool that you're sharing it. And I think a lot of people, including myself, have been like, "Tried this thing, I did it, didn't really keep going." So it sounds like $1,000 is kind of the goal that you want, and that would give you. Is there? I think sometimes understanding the why. What would that do for you? Oh shit! You didn't pay for good. Is my internet?
No,
Oh, it's your
it's
internet.
mine. I'm at this guy's place. It's trash internet. It's terrible internet. So it's
Yeah,
completely
so
on
what
me.
would the $1,000 a month do for you?
Yeah. So I'd like to. I don't. I want to try and be somewhat humble, but I'd like to do way more than 1,000 a month. That's really just seemed like a baseline. In. It seemed like going along with this challenge, that would be a reasonable amount number that's tangible to say, okay, in 2 months, we could probably realistically do that. I'd like to do way more. My initial goal is my yearly expenses around like 25, 30,000. So ideally, I make enough online money, not passive income, but online money from some sort of business to pay for all my expenses. And then all the money I make in software sales, save that and just continue to build up leverage. And hopefully that leads to something else. But the initial goal, $1,000 a month, let's say I'd say by the start of the year, like whether it's one of these first months, that'd be great. But by the start of the year, in some sort of online venture, generate $1,000 a month.
All right. So one thing I'm just curious in the audience. So you underdogs that are out there that are watching, how many people can relate to Trent's story? Because I think everyone can. I think Trent. I think this is kind of an interesting moment and point where people are like, yeah, I've read about affiliate, I've read about Shopify, I've read about YouTube content, I've read about doing like some online course on Teachable. How many people can relate to some of the things that Trent's talking about? Like, hey, I started a podcast or I've done this thing, and oh shit, yeah, now people are going bonkers, dude.
Yeah, and I think what I see, and I think the challenge I face is, I feel like I'm so busy with my day job, like it's so consuming, it's so tough. But I mean, it of course I get a big result from it. But you really have to work late in the evenings and give up sleep sometimes if you want to do something, and then more so on the weekends. Like I like to go out, drink a couple White Claws, get a little just get into it. But I feel like you really have to somewhat give that up if you want to create something. But then your friends are like, okay, man, what are you doing? Like, you hanging out this weekend, something like that. So I think that's a challenge I face, and something that hopefully being in Quarantine will help. But those are just the challenges I know I'll face trying to go down this path.
Well, I think the why part keeps the motivation there. We were like, hey, like for me, I kept getting fired, and I was just like, I always knew I wanted to do my own thing. And it was like, I just want to be able to live where I want and do what I want. And it was just like, well, I'm going to keep reminding myself about that. And so some of the businesses I did, like I did Facebook games and some of the stuff I only did it to try to make money. And eventually it was like, all right, let me try to find stuff like YouTube or AppSumo where I can get paid to do the thing I love to do every single day. And I think that's just for everyone else out there. It's okay to do the opportunities. It's okay to try the Alibaba, which we can talk about a little bit, or affiliate marketing or some of this stuff. So the two things that I wanted to highlight, and I think this is important for everyone else out there, and we have 40 minutes or about an hour. And so I want to do Trent and we'll do David after this and then open up to questions. And by the way, guys, if you have suggestions or if you want to just give Trent $1,000 so he can be done, we can just do that and then end the show right now. Yeah.
Great.
So I like that you're exploring a lot of different things. I like that you're in your 20s. So you should be trying a lot of stuff out. You should be taking crazy risks right now. The more crazier, the better. The two things that I was curious about is that at the end of the year, if you could have any type of business, any type, you could have a YouTube channel that's making you $1,000. You could have an e-commerce store selling whatever. You could have an affiliate marketing site. You can have a consulting business. You could have whatever you want. What kind of business would be the one that you'd be like excited to wake up and work on the morning, or go on a Saturday, or do it on a Sunday?
I think in an e-commerce business, selling products that I personally would actually use in my own life, that solve my own problems, that help other people, friends, family. So I know that's something that'd be scalable. So selling products online that help people.
Okay. All right. So, and the reason, guys, this is something that's really important, is that I can coach and do my best to help Trent start any type of business, or do our best to do that. But if it's like, hey, like one of the things, here's one path that I was thinking to take you down or curious about, is that your day job is in sales. And it sounds like you make probably high 5 figures, 6 figures in sales. Yes?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Low 6 figures.
Awesome. Dude, you're in 20s. That's amazing. So one thing to consider, and this doesn't sound like this is for you, but for other people out there, is that if you have a day job where you're building a skill set around sales, or my day jobs have been in product management and marketing and whatever I did at Intel, how can you turn that into a business? So that is one thing that I would just recommend for anyone who's else is out there, is like, can you take sales? And because your YouTube channel, what's really interesting about it is it's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
It's like, and you literally could be the 20-year-old guy who teaches everyone sales, just as putting that out there. That's kind of where I've liked taking things. I'm like, hey, I'm already doing this. It's what I like to do. Let me continue with that. But if it's the e-commerce stuff we want to experiment with, we can do that too. I just want to highlight that for you and for a lot of the people that are watching.
Yeah, start with the lower hanging fruit.
Yeah, and a lot of people are commenting, which is it's really straight. Like, how do you get $1,000? Well, you start with $1, and then that it builds up, and then from 1,000 you get 10,000, and 10,000 leads to bigger numbers. So maybe a few things here. Would you? I'm just gonna. I want to. I'm not gonna give this one up yet. Do you want to do the like e-commerce store, or do you want to do the YouTube stuff? Don't worry about the
Honestly,
money. Don't worry about the money. Just which one would you rather do?
In my heart, it'd be the YouTube stuff. I
Okay,
love the
that's what I
idea of
want.
having influence is something I had been thinking about for years until I actually stopped worrying about what other people were thinking and actually started doing it. It's just, I think you highlighted it earlier. The main thing I've seen is just, it's such a slow growth cycle when you first start. I don't want to say it's discouraging. I've stopped caring about the numbers, but it really is discouraging. I don't feel like I'm putting in the time to make the content quality enough to really get it out there. But it's tough. It's so tough.
Dude, welcome to my world. This is what we need Jeremy Mitchell do every day.
But it's funny when I look at someone like you, I'm like, oh, Noah's made it. He has 80,000 subscribers. He's there. But then when you look at someone like your guy, Nick Nimmin, you're like, oh man, he's made it. I want to get to that point. So it's always that next point, but how do you continue to go up?
There's never, the next point is always right now.
Yeah.
Like when I was biking this week, one of the most interesting things, and we made a video about it that's coming out soon, is like, a lot of times I'm like, what's for dinner? What's my next business thing? What's my next other thing? And it's like, well, just right now. And that's, I guess when people say this whole be present shit, that's really what it means. I was like, oh, wow. It just means enjoying the things going on. So some of the stuff that I do want to highlight that you said in terms of making it and the success, I'm trying to think of where to go with this. Have you done the dollar challenge where you just ask people for $1?
No, I saw it in your training thing, and I thought about Venmo requesting someone, but then I thought, okay, I've made 37,000 cold calls in the last 2 years. Like I make the ask every day. I feel comfortable doing that, so I didn't do it though.
Okay, so do you want to just do that live right now? I think that'll be a good fun thing to watch.
Yeah. Ask somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Like call somebody.
Well, one of your friends probably.
Okay. Call them, and do you want me to call them live right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hopefully no one says anything inappropriate, but let's see.
I hope they do. You might have it on speaker though, so that we can hear them. I think that's one of the things. And so, taking a step back for everyone, I just want to do this as a fun kind of like intermission of the experience with Trent. So, the dollar challenge. If you guys have not done it, a lot of people say, "Well, I've done sales," which is what Trent already did. That was one of the immediate ones I hear a lot of people say.
So I'm FaceTime my friend Taylor.
Okay.
Hey, don't say anything inappropriate. I'm on a live video conference right now. I'm doing something. Can you Venmo me $1? Can I have $1? Yes. Yes? Yeah, I'll Venmo you $1. Thanks. Okay. You want to say anything? Plug anything? Plug anything? Appropriate.
Move the camera over. We can't fully see.
Oh, sorry. The Browns got the dub. He's in Ohio. Oh, sorry.
That's right. Baker Mayfield. Is that Baker Mayfield?
Yeah. Thanks, Taylor.
All right. So let's make sure when you see the Venmo, let's show the Venmo on screen. All right. So look, the dollar challenge is just kind of a fun intermission. And a lot of times in courses and in some of the practice, it's starting somewhere. And a lot of you guys have actually commented, oh, well, how do we get 1,000? You start with $1. And the thing with the e-commerce thing, and we can talk about it, but I want to stick with the YouTube, is that the e-commerce thing is what you think everyone else wants.
Yeah.
So bear with me on this, guys. Stick with me on this. I'm gonna do some matrix shit for 2 seconds. Number one, for all of you out there that are especially going to start a business, the number one thing to get that going is reduce your cost of living. And the beauty of reducing your cost of living, if you have like a husband and wife and kids and shit like that, don't get rid of them. But if you can reduce your cost of living, it reduces the amount of pressure you have to put on yourself to make a lot of money. And one of the things that gives you a lot of oxygen and power and freedom is that if you're not obligated to make a lot of money, you could do whatever the fuck you want. And guess what? If your YouTube channel, like our YouTube, I'll show you guys, our YouTube channel now is making we make like a few $100 per video. I didn't even really know that. But the reality is, I was thinking if it was just me, Jeremy, you're not going anywhere, the producer. But if it was just me and I have a really low cost of living, like right now I live in a shack in Austin, or I met a guy who lives in his truck. I met a guy he's a nurse, a travel nurse, just lives in his truck. Here, I'll show you guys our revenue. So the thing that was interesting about that though is that if I can reduce my cost of living, number one, I don't have to make a lot of money and I could do whatever the fuck I want. So that's something to really consider for yourself out there. And if you really think you've reduced your cost of living, go even further on it. And then that'll give you some ability to do whatever you want. I've already said it. All right. So let me just show you guys our revenue numbers because it's actually kind of interesting. Jeremy, I don't know if you saw this. I was like, wow, it's actually making money. But the interesting thing about it, so yeah, this like last video, we put it out there, we made like $350. So that doesn't sound like a crazy amount, Trent. So you guys can see the 350. But let's say we put out 2 videos a week, $600 a week, $1,200, $2,400 a month. That's a pretty sweet living for one person.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's 80,000 subscribers, which, you know, it's a little bit more than most, but it's also small compared to a lot of other people. So number one, reduce your cost of living. Number two, I think this is really important. And I had a conversation with the guy recently, which I thought was powerful, was what do you want to be doing versus what other people expect you to be doing? And so this is really key. If you go out to a bar and you're drinking White Claws, I just find that funny. You're like, yeah, I'm not as much drinking as much these days, but I like the White Claw once in a while. And someone asks you, Trent, they say, what do you do? And I'll tell you, recently when someone asks me and they're like, no, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I have shame. I'm like, hey, I'm like, well, cause like, it just sounds weird. Like I go up and I meet people and like a guy or girl and they're like, what do you, I'm YouTubing. They're like, oh, that's cute. You're poor. And like but my point here though, which is important for you, and I think for everyone else out here that's listening, is that you have to find and define the life that you want to do. And if it's like, hey, I love making videos, or for me, I love promoting people. I love helping people start businesses and promote things. Like that's what AppSumo is. That's what our YouTube channel is about. That's what SendFox is and all the stuff that we've been doing. But I think part of that is also just being excited to say, everyone expects me to do an e-commerce and people expect me to do the shit, but what is it that's really calling me? And then just go with that. And guess what? At the end of the day, in 10 years or in 1 year, 5 years, whatever it is, you will make enough money to make that a living. And is the way I believe. So I'm just going to, can I just call out your e-commerce ideas and then let's focus on, so we have about 10 minutes because I want to bring David on. Let's go over your business ideas for e-commerce and I'm just going to insult them real fast. And then we're going to spend the 10 minutes mostly just figure out how do you grow your YouTube channel so you can make enough money with it. And I think there's 2 key things that I've observed that I think you can literally do in the next week and we'll start seeing some of the numbers start moving. Good?
Love it.
All right. So number one, you wanted to do, and I'm just going to highlight stuff because I think this is so important for everyone else out there who's like, I don't have a business idea. And I'm not, look, none of the ideas are exclusive. None of these are like, you don't mind me sharing them, do you?
They can take Dog 360 and run with it if they want.
So one was an online community for pregnant women. The next one was online career coach. And the last one is grow existing YouTube channel. And then the fourth one was a dog collar, like get a dog collar so it's easier to wash your dog.
I saw some product. I thought it looked cool and said, I'll put that on there.
Here, I'll pull it up here because I thought it was. So look, dude, it's so interesting because everyone's doing the same thing. And I think you just have to find the thing that you enjoy doing. And that's exactly how you'll end up getting a lot of the results that you want to get. I'm just going to pull up the dog collar because I thought it was pretty funny. All right, everyone, we're going to see a dog collar. So here's the thing, though, and I just want to highlight as an example, but then we're going to stick on the YouTube thing. If you wanted to do the dog collar, do you have a dog?
I grew up with dogs. I'm watching dogs. I don't personally have a dog.
Okay, so you don't have a dog. And look, this is one of those arguments where it's very interesting. When I worked at Facebook, all the people who used Facebook were really stupid. So I talked to this guy named Ezra, who's now super rich. And I said, Ezra, we should hire really stupid people because if we hire stupid people, we can understand our stupid users. and he was like, actually, no, we need to hire even smarter people to understand what they're going to be thinking and what they're thinking. And I thought that was interesting. So my point there is that even if you don't have a dog and you don't have a baby, you can still figure out how to make a product for that market. It's just harder. And so my recommendation is that if you do products and things that are within your interest, like if you have dogs yourself right now, or your parents do, or your friends do. So this is the dog thing. I just want to show it. It's a dog collar, dual handle, bundle, shock absorbing, adjustable waist. And I just want to insult everyone who wants to do a Shopify drop shipping Alibaba business. And the main reason that I think it's the stupidest idea, I don't think it's a bad idea if you just want to practice and you want to play business. The problem I see with it is that if you're doing this, everyone else can fucking copy and do the exact same thing. What's your advantage? Zero. And guess what? When these Chinese people, because they're in China, it's not racist, when they see that you're making money from it, what are they going to do then, Trent?
They're going to copy it and probably do it better and scale it faster.
They're just going to say, well, we're selling it to him. He's a dumbass American. He doesn't know shit. Thank you, stupid American. And then they're just going to put it on the site themselves on Shopify or on Amazon and cut you out and have a lower price. You have no advantage.
Tough. Yeah.
It would be tough. So if you want to do e-commerce, I think it's not a bad idea to experiment with this stuff. And you could modify it and do colors and things like that. I think you just have to figure out a little bit what's your advantage, and then you have to figure out something product that's maybe within your wheelhouse. The one idea that you did have that I thought was that you did have an advantage on is online career coach, which you're 24.
I'm 20, just turned 25.
Nice, dude. Way to stay alive.
Appreciate it. We're going strong.
When people have birthdays, I'm always like, way to not die.
Yeah.
So, in terms of online career coach, you haven't really had a career yet, and that's not a knock. You just started it. But you do have, like, think about this. Are you going to be better at telling people about AppSumo than me? No. Oh shit. Did you freeze?
Oh, here. I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Froze.
So my point here is you have advantages. You have advantages over me. So like you're 25, you're younger. You're probably more. I don't know if you're more fit. We could thumb wrestle and find that out. Anyways, but what you have an advantage on is how to get a sales job out of college right now. You would kick my ass in that. You would destroy me. So I think that is actually interesting as a thing to consider for yourself, right? Which is, hey, I can actually teach people how to get a sales job out of college way better than anyone else out there. And that is what you could create your content around. That is what you could create courses around. That's what you could create books around. That's where you could do workshops around. That is where I see it a little bit more interesting for you.
Agreed. I've actually had a person or two on LinkedIn reach out just saying, hey, what's software sales like? How'd you get a job, et cetera, et cetera. So I think you're really speaking to the right marketplace there.
I think there's something a little bit interesting with that. So now let's take the YouTube thing, because that's where you said you felt. What does it feel like? What is it about YouTube that you like?
It's just something I always watched, I always liked, and I always wanted to be a part of it. But I don't want to say I was scared of making videos. I just didn't want to do it if it wasn't perfect. And I got past that point of saying, I'm just going to make videos to make videos, got some better equipment, and I like making the videos.
All right. So we're going to do this because I'm going to just do another 8 minutes. Then we got David. And guys, what do you guys think about this so far? Is this helpful? Have you guys learned anything? Is this stupid? I just want to get an audience interaction, because the more the audience kind of feeds on us and we feed on them, it just makes it a lot more uppity.
Big time.
All right. So Dieter says you should do custom cat houses. This is how
I'm allergic to cats, Dieter. We're not touching cats.
Thank God, dude. I've never met someone. I'm trying to think if I've met people with cats I like.
Cats are not fun. They're weird. They're weird little creatures, and birds are even weird.
All right. People are having fun. People are liking it. All right, good. So you can take it in different paths. And so, guys, I'm just going to give a high-level example of some of the different things that you could do. So if you wanted to do career coaching, you could post on your Facebook, you could post it on your LinkedIn, you could text message whoever that guy that you just did, and you could say, hey, are you looking to get any sales jobs? You could post it back on your college that you went to. You could post it wherever it is and say, hey, if anyone's looking to do sales, like I wanted to teach some people some things I'm doing about sales. And the beauty of that is that you can figure out what questions they have. You can create videos out of it, and that potentially can lead to a course or consulting and things like that around those types of experiences. So that's one way I'd pursue it. For the dog thing, I don't think that's bad per se, but I would just try to see, hey, which of my friends have dogs, and just reach out to my network to start. So those are just to kind of give people some examples. For the YouTube thing, let's pick on that for just a moment. Trent. And so what's your YouTube channel, Trent?
Just Trent Dressel, Dressel.
All right. So let's just pick on this for let's go from here until the end of the year. So can you commit to the YouTube channel from now until the end of the year?
Yeah, my goal has been to make 2 videos a week, and I'll commit to that.
I love it. All right. So making the videos, it's also, guys, all of y'all should find something fun to do. And if you enjoy it, it's not work. That's how this should be. It should be something that you're looking forward to. All right. So I like it, dude. You should be a little embarrassed
video on there first, yeah. But yeah, I made the video about referencing you there. So
I like it, dude.
Collaborations there.
I love it, man. So the 2 biggest observations I had on YouTube. So right now you're at 333. Where do you guys think, and Trent, where do you think you could be by the end of the year with this?
My goal is always to surpass 1,000. I always thought, okay, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hour watch time, you can start monetizing. That, of course, was the goal coming into it. But I'd like to have more than 1,000 subs.
So, okay, 1,000 subs, let's just say by the end of the year. So right now it's September. So was it October, November, December? So you have like 600. Is that 666? That's a little weird. So you need 200 subs a month.
Which is super doable.
Super doable. How many friends do you have, Trent?
I'd say probably around 500.
So you guys see where I'm going with this? I know everyone's like, no, what's this marketing thing? I'm
Yeah,
like, just
point.
do the basics first, and then we can get complicated. Look, AppSumo has a team of like 5 email marketers. There's a team of like 6 on the affiliate marketing program. Like, there's a lot of complicated things and very advanced things you can do to go from like 5-figure to 6-figure to 7-figure to 8-figure and all these sizes. And I can talk about that stuff, but most people, including ourselves at our company, go back to the basics, and that's how we get a lot of success. So number one, it seems like, and I think there's a few different components I want to break down. So clear goal, end of the year, 1,000 subs. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Second thing that I'm observing. So second thing is, can you go to your network and directly, like I meet people and I'm still telling people individually to subscribe to my channel. Like I met someone recently and I was like, do you do YouTube? Yeah, here, let's get your phone. All right, hit that subscribe button. All right, bye.
Love that.
You want to make sure they watch it.
I was doing a lot of that originally. And then what I found is you can even go on to people in a similar community as you, comment on their videos and say, hey, great videos, would appreciate the support as well, whatever. I was doing a lot of that in the beginning and then just got tired of playing the games and just said, I'm just going to make
like
videos.
That. I
which was
personally
bad.
don't like that.
Wrong mindset.
Yeah. So, okay, number one, clear goal. So write that goal down and you should see your goals. So my goals, I don't know if you're doing this, but you're like my goal, I look at it every single fucking day. So every morning I have a thing called daily. It's right here. And it just has my goals. So you guys have seen my goals. It's been others. Anyways, you need to write down your goal and look at it every single day. And the beauty of your goal is that if it's 1,000 by the end of the year, it's just 200 a month. So in October, you just need 200 people. That's it.
Right.
What is that a day? 200 divided by 30. That's 6 people a day. So again, guys, I think something that we're starting to do is if you have a big goal for the year, I generally only have my goals in 1 year segments, break it down to month, break it down to week, break it down to day. And it just gets easier to make that digestible. So now the question is, how do we get that, How do we get that, Trent? Number one, I'll subscribe right here. Boom. All right. Now you have one left. Second thing that I'm observing is that all of your content is all over the fucking place. And so what you probably want to do is 2 separate things. One, what has been the most popular videos you've done? And see if there's like a clustering that we could try to target and of something that you have an advantage in. Because like, how many of these like 14-year-old kids are making a drop shipping like video like this? All of them?
Everybody.
It's fucking
and I just
annoying.
copied another one. Exactly. It wasn't
which
original.
is fine. Which is fine, dude. Everything's a copy, so don't sweat that. But I feel like you want to copy and then figure out your voice. So that's why I think even our own company. Think about AppSumo. We copied MacHeist, we copied Groupon, and then we did bundles. And then we were like, oh well, we're in the software world. We're just going to help startups and entrepreneurs, and that's all we do. And so what I would ask you is what content. So one, let's look at what content's done popular for you. So passive income, get rich on YouTube. See, the thing is like you're not rich on YouTube, so you can't really talk about
exactly.
that yet.
Yeah, it's tough to make videos on things you're not actually executing on.
So, what do you think you can make videos on? Like, let's just look at this top third. I don't care about your videos that have not done well. Of these videos, which one did you enjoy, or do you think you can make more of?
So I like making videos on. I'm by no means an expert on it, but I have been investing for like 3 years now. So I like making videos on the stock market, just pontificating whatever I think. And then I also think you've touched on it of just the general how to get a job in software sales and potentially just sales tips to help people be better and more effective in their roles, because that's something I'm actually practicing on a daily basis. And looking at it, I don't have really any videos on that topic.
You can kick all these fools' asses about that. So let me give you guys a formula that we've started using internally. I call it FFR. Right? So fast, like, can you make a video fast? Right? And anything on sales, Trent, you do sales all day long. You could literally record your phone calls, look at your scripts. 2, is it fun? Like, are you having fun? Like, did you have fun in all these videos, or was there ones that were more fun for you to do?
Definitely varies all across the board.
Which one was fun to do?
I like making videos talking about money.
Yeah. So those are fun. Do more of those. Yeah. And then R is repeatable. So as you guys are making videos, can you make them fast? Meaning, can you churn them out? Because if you're doing 2 a week, that's a good amount of work. Is it fun for you to do? Otherwise, you're going to get fucking tired of it. And is it repeatable? Meaning, is it a topic that you can keep doing over and over? And see, Jeremy, aren't you glad we only did 2 today? We try to do 3 of those. It'll take fucking forever. So I think topic wise, I'd say show how you're going to lose a bunch of money in the stock market because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the more, because I would bet you're going to lose. But if you don't, that's even awesome too. Warren Buffett, not even that. Like, I think we hate on people. We're like, oh, that guy can't figure it out. Maybe you will. So pick stocks, do sales, and maybe one other topic, and really cluster your content. So if you look at our channel, like we've tried a lot of things, and then we're starting to like really hone in. Like we put out a video this week on apps, and so just look at your videos, which ones are doing well, and just make more of that. The other thing I would say is go look at people you admire. So look at maybe my channels, maybe Graham Stevens, whoever else you're talking about, and just copy their most popular videos. which you kind of did, but do it in your topic. So go to Graham Stephen. I saw that you liked him. You're not going to out Graham or any of these people, but go and look at their top content. So how he did something really expensive for cheap, someone who made a lot of money, how he does some crazy stuff. So copy this in your stuff. So like some of our most popular content on our channel was that. So if you look at our most popular videos, it was either the most popular article I've ever written, which was on Tim Ferriss's blog, or we copied these videos about how rich people are. I guess that those are popular. Jeremy's our producer; he figures it out. So these are older ones. So don't look at the older ones. But like this one was a super popular article. Man, it shows all of the videos. These aren't ones that are just from this year. How much money I make.
What's your goal on YouTube?
Our goal on YouTube this year is it's going to be 100,000 subscribers.
Nice. Okay.
So it's about 8,000 subscribers a month. And then, so we track that every single day. And what we've noticed with we've noticed with our YouTube marketing is and I've talked about this with you guys, which is internal marketing and external marketing. So internal marketing is YouTube. And if you look at your YouTube data, and I got 5 more minutes and I still got more stuff I need to go over with you. If you look at your YouTube data, most of the traffic comes from YouTube, which is actually pretty wild. So if you actually go to your video analytics and you pick on like any of your videos, so let's take this video. Most of the video traffic, can you guys see this? Yeah. Most of your traffic is going to come from YouTube. So 50% of our traffic came from YouTube, and then external, like email lists, all this stuff is actually accounting for a lot smaller. It could be these two numbers. So the real internal marketing is YouTube hooking you up. So that's based on your title and your topic and then your retention, which we're going too far down a fucking rabbit hole. Bigger thing is stay with 2 a week, but focus your topics and then pick topics that you already know are going to be a little bit more popular. Okay.
I thought you made a great video with the your friend, the copywriting guy, and talking about how to optimize his YouTube page. You made that a while back, but I thought you had some really helpful tips in that dive a little bit deeper than what we're at right now.
Totally, man. The other thing I would start with your stuff. Let's go back to some of your videos. I'm just going to pick on one of your videos. So my homework for you for this week before next Friday is that I would just try to figure out, okay, what are the topics I'm going to do in this upcoming week? And then pick topics and videos that you're like, hey, these have already done really popular around those segments. All right, I'm going back to, sorry, y'all. Dude, come on. Where's Trent? All right, here we are. Man, this is taking
That'd be a nice YouTube page if that was mine right there.
It all starts somewhere. I mean, Grant started, Noah started, everyone starts somewhere.
I want to say to the community, first off, thank you guys so much for subscribing. I've gained about 10 on the channel so far since we've been on this. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm excited to make some content for y'all.
So the other thing I would consider doing is that, like, if I'm coming to your channel, you have to think of it like a website. So one, like hiking through Blizzard in Aspen, Colorado, like the thing is, like, I think a lot of people see someone famous, like whoever, do a video like that and it gets a lot of views. But the thing that's actually really interesting, no one cares about you yet. Once you're big, you can do a toilet video, you can do all these kind of things. Until then, don't do it.
So you think really just focus on being a thought leader in my specific category, sales, software sales, getting a job, little money, and just focus.
I think you should even embrace that. Like, hey, I'm in sales. Like, this is like a 20-year-old in sales starting his career. That's awesome. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Me and my audience. Yeah.
Yes. And then, so I would actually hide some of these like dating advice videos. Hide it. Anything not related to.
Sorry, I was gonna say, I don't even have a girlfriend. I don't even have a girlfriend talking about getting a girlfriend, so it's terrible.
Well, I don't know. Some of the best coaches weren't best players. So I would talk about career in sales. And then in the future, we can sell a course on sales. You can do consulting on sales. You can even just start doing the YouTube ad revenue. So number one, I don't know where number. So number one, pick your content. Number two, have your subscriber goal. Number three, hit up your personal list. So personal people, go and text all of your friends, post it on your Facebooks, post it on your social, email all your friends, call all your friends, be like, hey, I need you guys to go subscribe right now. Do that. After that, I would hide any video that's not related to the kind of 3 clusters of topics you want to talk about.
Okay. One question before I know we got to go. So what I was doing originally, I was creating my videos and sharing them literally on my Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all of it. And then I stopped doing that because I kind of got discouraged by people like making fun of it at times, like doing random things. Like, would you advise every video sharing it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram? Because I was worried about diluting like the power of posting content. What are your thoughts on sharing on social channels?
Haters gonna hate. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember that I posted something on Facebook maybe about 6 months ago, and someone from high school commented. And then I went back to high school, Noah, and felt embarrassed
Yeah.
that this fucking loser, they're like some schmuck, some schlomiel, as we say in Yiddish. Fuck, who fuck cares about them? I mean, I'll just tell you me personally. I post as many of my things as everything you see me posting is just stuff I'm proud of. And I personally we post almost a lot of our stuff on Instagram, post a lot of our stuff on Facebook, a lot of our stuff. I don't actually post them as much on Facebook, but our email list, Instagram, Twitter. I think the question to some extent is that when you think it's too much, then you pull back, not when they say it's too much. The reality of a lot of the social media stuff I've observed is that most of the people don't actually even see it.
Got it. That's really
and
helpful.
a lot of the people who are commenting, they just hate their own fucking stuff. Like that person who commented on you, like, do you remember them? Do you remember the first name?
Yeah, it was one of my friends, and he like was in a group chat and like kicked it out and said something, and not thinking that I wouldn't see it, and then I saw it, and it was disappointing to see, and it was upsetting at the time.
Is this a good friend?
Reasonably good friend.
I would say
so
fuck that dude.
Speaks on the friendship. That speaks on the friendship.
I would say fuck
exactly.
that dude. No, because if you think about like the real friend's like, hey, I see you're trying to go out there and do it. How can I come and support you in making these videos? Like, hey, how can I help you with that?
Exactly. And that's been the great majority of it. That's just why it's hurtful when you have that little percentage. But like you said, the guy from high school, you just got to disregard it and just keep going and do your thing.
I think it's always fascinating, like even with the YouTube comments, I don't know how the underdog community, like everyone who shows up today, we have such an amazing group of people that are all doing the same thing like me and you and everyone else who's out there. It's like, but what we tend to do is like one person's a little bit of a bitch and we're like, we only think about them. But it's like there's all these other amazing people that are actually supportive that we don't give as much attention to. Like one guy, my mentor, stopped answering my texts, and all I could think about was this. And I called a buddy, and he's like, "Well, what about all the people who do answer your texts? Why don't you focus on them?" I was like, "I'm still angry about it, but I'm getting over it." And I'm like, "Yeah, let me go focus." So, anyways, I would actually remove that friend. And then my question for you is, how many people in your life right now are doing side hustles, are doing content creation?
A fair amount, not as many as you would think. Really, not as many as you think, or a lot of them are trying.
I would think not a lot are actually doing it.
Yeah, and I think some of them potentially are, but maybe don't talk about it as much. Because when I was first starting YouTube, maybe I wasn't talking about it a ton. But yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of people trying things and just trying to get their voice out there.
So I would try to figure out how you find other content creators at your size and start connecting. So put that as an action item for this week. What's up, Greg Gilbert? I got to call this out because he said I'm looking pumped. Greg, I'm trying to look sexy for you, dude. I'm just trying to get a date with you if I can. So that's an action item for this week is find someone who's got at least over 100 subscribers and befriend them. And you could post in okdork.com/group. That's our free group. And find another person on YouTube or even someone in the comments. And I would actually try to, because like for me, like I have a lot of friends who run businesses. And guess what? When I'm doing stuff, they're supporting me. I'm supporting them. They're teaching me. I'm teaching them. I'm inspired. And a lot of the people, like I've had lately, it's been really interesting. I felt more alone, especially I'm not drinking as much these days. So when I'm around people that are not inspiring me or motivating me and vice versa, two-way street, I'm like, yo, these people suck. They don't suck as people. They just suck for me. And so I would try to figure out how can you at least find one person this week that is trying to be a content creator, maybe at your size, maybe a little bit further, that you can build a relationship with.
Okay. And do you recommend trying to set up time with them and talk individually, collaborate with them, or just message them, just something like that?
Yeah. So what I would do, I mean, what's a topic you're interested in? Like stocks or sales?
Let's just say sales, software sales.
All right.
And I'm sure there's an endless amount of people on LinkedIn.
I don't know. I'm just looking at this. So you can look on LinkedIn. So Mr. Ad Oil. So you kind of want to find someone who's doing videos recently. Let's try to find someone who's done a video this month about software sales. 5 reasons you shouldn't become a software engineer. So let's just see if he's got how many subscribers he's got. Yeah, so 51.7. This guy's probably a little bit bigger, but I would go to this person, go to about, I don't know. Oh, is he in Austin? Where is that? Looks like Austin. Cool name, follower of Christ. He's got an email right here, or you can always click this, everyone. I don't know if I'll know that. And I would just email him. And the email, very straightforward. Here, why don't you just do the email right now and connect with him right now? I'll send you the guys. Boom. So why don't you send an email? All you have to do is like, hey, I love your YouTube channel. want to support you along the way. Could we do a 10-minute chat in the next week? Or you're in sales here. Why don't you send the email right now, and then maybe we'll get a response. Well, and the thing is, like in sales, you know this, you have to go and hit up a few people. So I'd hit up a few people that are already doing YouTube content creating around sales or other topics that you can actually start building relationships with.
I love that.
Yeah. So I would try to find one person. I put that in the thing before. Dude, Dieter, I love Dieter. Dieter, I hope you're coming for Sumo Ride. I'm gonna see you in a few weeks, buddy. So yeah. Oh,
shout
dude,
out
this is
Dieter.
a great shout out, Dieter. Hey, this is a cool video, dude. Marcel, that's an interesting video topic.
That's a good one.
I would love to see that.
These are great ideas, guys.
If you guys, all right, other titles or topics of videos that you guys have, let's throw them in there. Hey, David, I love you. I'm just not sure I can do another one of these today. David's the guy David, because I want to give you full attention. I feel like because we're giving Trent full attention, if I try to rush it for you, it's not going to be as meaty. David, can I get a thumbs up if we can push it a week or 2 weeks? Don't be mad at me. I know it's late in Singapore. What time is it in Singapore? Yeah, so
also,
David.
Shout out Jeremy for finding myself and Dave and helping organize all this. Jeremy,
big shout out Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy, dude, way to get it. David, thank you so much. So let's start sending some emails on the backside. Oh my God, Kathy, yes, worst sales call I've ever experienced.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh my God, hey, you guys keep giving out titles and topics. How to get your first sales job right out of college, dude. You guys are killing it on the idea game. People I love it.
I'm getting some great notes here.
Yeah, these are awesome. How to make $1,000. Where is this? How to make $1,000 in a day as a teenager by doing sales. Well, he's not doing that yet. I mean, maybe you could not. Maybe your resume. Like, how did you get the job? Like, I mean, that's as a video. Like, no, you don't have to tell me right now. But how did I get a job out of college making 6 figures doing sales?
Yeah, like I think it would resonate with a lot of people, especially I know it's a tough job market for a lot of people out there trying to find jobs. So definitely,
how to find your first sales job.
Yeah,
Michael Eckstein, how to succeed at your first sales job, how to find your first sales job. Yeah, David said how to get previous suggested 6-figure sales out of college would be great. So there's 2 things I want to highlight, and I want to take one step back just a little bit on this stuff. Number one is that me personally, I do like making money. It's hard for me not to try to make money. I'm like, you could just enjoy it. No, I'm like, but there's a profit there. No. So one thing I would normally caveat this is that I would try to have you start monetizing with either like a course or stuff like that. I'm okay personally, because it doesn't sound like you need the money right now. I'm okay if you don't do that just yet.
Just build the community first.
Build the community. I would wait till you get to
community.
Wait till you get to 1,000 and then you could do it. 2 other things that I would make recommendations on. Let's put this on the list of things to do. 1, do you have an email list?
I do not whatsoever.
So go to sendfox.com. It's free. We built it for content creators, and start your email list. And in your videos, in the descriptions of your videos, just be like, hey, if you want to get my newsletter, join my newsletter. The other thing I was going to say is that anyone who comments, you need to reply to every single person. Like if anyone comments on your videos,
I for sure do.
So let me just show you why I'm telling you to start your email list. So I talked about internal marketing and external marketing with YouTube. And guys, if you have more video ideas, please throw them in the comments below or wherever it is to the side. So if you can see my screen, I'll show you guys. The reason I'm talking about external marketing, everyone, and why it's so important is that YouTube brings you a lot of traffic. But when we launch a video, so here's the apps video that we launched on Monday. I don't know if you guys are not subscribed, okdorf.com or sendfox.com/Noah. So we email out the video, but here's what's actually really interesting. Look at the amount of clicks. So holy shit, really? We drove almost 4,000 people from our email list to that video. And then YouTube's like, yo, YouTube gets a little internet boner and they're like, hey, something's happening over here.
I love it.
Having an email list is a beautiful way that you can control your business and your audience to show them the content that you want them to see. And it gives you a channel that you could potentially sell things to your audience that they may be interested in the future. So I would highly recommend starting your newsletter and emailing out every single video. And, one of the things someone said to me recently, Vanessa Van Edwards, who's amazing, you should check her out. I love Vanessa. She's awesome. She's like, if people don't want to get the emails, then they're not part of your community. And if you're sending shitty emails, that's a whole separate story. But she's like, people want to hear more from you, from me, from whoever. So my recommendation is keep consistently messaging your audience and build up your audience through an email list. Niels, see you guys later. All right, people are still coming back with more content ideas. Sales scripts that have worked for me.
Okay.
Top 3 sales books for millennials. Marcel Maldonado. You should do
He's
a
on
YouTube.
fire.
Yeah, you should. Dude, I got an idea. Hold on, Marcel. Oh man, and I got 15 minutes. Oh shit, I got to tell my. I had to change places this morning. It was just a wild morning.
Yeah, you were a little jittery right beforehand, but then the push-ups, and then you got absolutely
Dude, then we're
zenned out.
getting at it. I love this stuff. This is getting me fired up. Niels is out of here. Yeah, Jen has got one. How to do sales for small online businesses.
Cold call.
Oh, cold calling. Do them live. The more you can do cold calls.
Yeah. Well, no, I gotta get off, and I actually have to go interview someone right now.
Dude,
but I want to say, really appreciate your time. Someone who's followed you and your content. It's super cool to be able to talk to you and actually have a recording of this and get your live input. So really appreciate it, and I'm gonna keep going, and we're gonna do it.
I was doing the foghorn, but it was trying to do that rap thing, like the but I got to get a different app. Anyway, so what is the action? I know you got to go, but what's the action? Because I want to summarize this. Oh my God, there's so many more titles. Guys, I'm going to stick around for 15 minutes to answer all of your questions. Specifically, any women are here, you're going to get prioritized to answer. But what are the action items you're going to do from now until next Friday?
So action items, I'm gonna find at least 1 to 2 people to connect with, and I'm gonna send an email to hopefully collaborate with or just meet with them. I also have a lot of video ideas. I'm gonna make at least 2 videos by next Friday, quantifiable. And I'm gonna start to optimize my YouTube page around my niche of software sales, getting job in sales, and just try and become a thought leader in that space right now. And also, I'm gonna look into the email list. I'm gonna try and figure that out.
I don't think there's a lot to figure out. I would just start it.
Okay.
And then put your link, sendfox.com/Trent in your descriptions.
Okay.
I want you to do, did you put manual messaging people in there? I want you to try to get like 10 to 20 manual people through into your subscribers.
Okay, like friends, colleagues, friends and family. Yeah, additional people.
So, I know you got to go, but I want the summary a little bit tighter. I don't like this. This is not
okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. My notes.
You're not all over. No, it's okay. No, dude, you're not. It's fine. Hold on. So I'm just gonna put
my handwriting's terrible. Yeah.
Trent's YouTube. So here's what we're gonna do. Hold on, Trent. This is gonna be fucking fun. Hold on. Guys, stay with it here. This is actually gonna be really interesting. I love doing this part. This is actually
I mean, the accountability piece is the most important.
Guys, so I'm gonna post a link to a Google Doc. I just posted it in the comments, and then don't be a schlemiel and mess with it. Trent's action items, because I want to organize this. Otherwise, it's gonna be too. You're not gonna be. It's gonna be all over the place. So, all right. So items. So boom. This is kind of how we do all of our meetings in our team. Goal. You guys see the doc? You were able to see it, Trent? I know. Give it a minute. I know you got to go, man. Oh, got to open access? Hold on. You guys should be able to see it. Anyone with the link can edit. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now you guys should be able to get in. All right. I'm going to post it. Okay. I'll get in. Okay, hold on. Don't go crazy yet. So items for the week. Okay. Because guys, this now makes it a little bit more of a template that any of us can use. So if you guys can put YouTube titles. So this is the stuff. If you guys can add and help out, it makes it a lot more helpful. So hide videos not related to your main topic. Reach out to 20 friends to get them to. Dude, you guys can add help. You can help.
Yeah, and it's cool to have everyone participate, be a part of my journey, but also that can reflect in your guys' own journeys of what you guys want to do and try and take some of the similarities and apply it to your own life and what you're trying to do.
Dude, hells yes. Start sendfox.com mailing list, hide videos.
That's a good idea.
Pick your 3 categories of topics. And I'm going to say FFR rule. So fast, fun, repeatable. Repeat. There was one other thing that was a main item for this week, Trent.
Reach out to a creator, someone
reach out
that I respect.
Yeah, basically, it doesn't even respect, but like build your connection or like get 1 to 2 people. Yeah. Similar levels. Oh, this bold. This is getting crazy. The YouTube optimization stuff, guys, like I'm putting that at the bottom because I don't care about that. This is stuff that, like, no offense, a lot of people are like, how do you optimize? It's like, he doesn't need to optimize this shit right now. He just needs to be like figuring out topics and videos.
We'll get it.
Yeah, top videos from people you admire. Oh my god, I love all the titles that people are doing.
Now, how can I access this, Noah? Because since I'm in a different studio as you guys,
I'll
I'm not
post it.
sure if I'm seeing
Yeah,
it.
hold on. I'll post it in the private comments.
Cool.
Boom. And then Trent. So by the way, oh man, this is actually pretty interesting as like a strategy. So copy titles from people copy top videos from people you admire. I'm just gonna put this in here. So I'm gonna have to, dude. Don't start being the dumbass, people.
We got some funny comments in there.
Sales.
Wow, this is amazing.
Investing.
Yeah, I think this just speaks to your community and how great a lot of the people that are helping with this are.
They're so awesome. I mean, you're part of it, man.
Yeah.
Killer sales script that closed. Hold on. Put this. Whoever's doing it, put it in the thing, y'all. And then, oh, dude, here's what we gotta do. Trent. I like making this shit big. Boom. All right, I know you got to rock. All right, so these are your things this week. Reach out to 20 friends, get them subscribed manually. Get 1 to 2 people similar levels of YouTube for support. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, and we'll check back in next Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Damn, you guys have a lot. So I'm gonna delete the YouTube optimizations because you don't need more optimizations. You just need to like find the topics that are gonna be a little better. And don't worry about your production value. I know you're like, hey, like look at my first videos. Some of my videos I have like 20,000, 30,000 views. It's just me on my phone. Doesn't matter. Jeremy, can you? Holy shit, you guys are going crazy. John Plumley, what's up, man? I'm glad you're here. Angel Lopez, Marcel. Can I write the action items down? Yes, I put every single action item down. Thank people. Yes. Oh, so number 6 is reply to every single comment. This is something we do on our videos, man. David, by the way, David, I'm sorry. David's supposed to come on. We'll have David next week, and then we'll do the tattoo girl the week after. I'm sorry. I know it's late, David. It's just like it took longer than I realized. We're supposed to have 3. Call. I'm gonna have to. Don't say stupid stuff. Call Mike. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, this is insane to watch it grow like this.
All right. So, hey, stop. Whoever's writing about sponsoring. Oh, someone wants to give him money. All right. If Mike wants to give you money. All right. I'm going to delete that. Someone just deleted your comment. Yeah, this is pretty dope for everyone to do it live. I love the live stuff. Tools you don't need. Where's the books one? Did someone write book?
You're writing a book, right?
I am working on a book, but this is not about me. It's about you. Centering on someone's hugs. All right. My time management game. My time management game it's impressive at times. It's just focused on Trent versus other things. And your videos. So you hide your videos. And in terms of your videos, I'm just going to look real quick on one of your videos. So in terms of stock, by the way, I know you want to do stocks. Are you great at stocks or are you great at sales?
I'm better at sales, but I mean, I have pretty respectable returns.
I mean, are you going to be better than other people at stocks or sales? You could try it. I'm just saying that like
sales.
And people may not want to hear about sales. There's that Venn diagram of what you want to do versus what everyone wants to, what people want. Try it. I would say I would experiment with the 1 or 2 videos this week, more around sales, and see if you can get more people kind of engage with that.
And I got a couple ideas, and especially with these ideas as well, that I think are going to look really well and turn out well because it's actually authentic to me and what I like to do and do day to day.
Jeremy, do we have anything else to go over with this? All right, guys. All right, so the most active commenters we're going to invite to Slack is Ashley McCatton, Shaylee Hakimian. You two, y'all females, which I respect, send an email to jeremy@okdork.com and he'll add you to our private Slack group. You have been the most engaged people in today's show. I appreciate you guys showing up. Trent, get the hell out of here. Go do all these action items. Everyone for being such an amazing community. Hold on. Thank everyone who engaged. I think Shaylee, because I'm deleting her comment. So you have a crap ton of videos to make. The way that we prioritize a lot of our videos is just like, 1, is it something fun? But 2, what's the probability of success? Trent just headed out. So you got to look at which topics have bigger audiences so you have more access to people that are going to see it. All right. So email jeremy@okdorf.com and you're going to get, now I'm going to do Q&A. We got about 5. I'll go 10 minutes on it. Good luck to Trent out there. If you guys have any feedback about how we did it today, I love that we have the document, because if you are trying to do your YouTube channel, this kind of gives you the blueprint of how all of you guys can actually get your YouTube channel going. One thing I want to do is, David, post your link or something you want us to tell people about, and I'll put it in today's show so we can give you a little bit of that attention. So for all of you guys doing content and want to make money being content creators, I think one of the things that Trent said that I want to highlight, because it's such an important point, is that it does take time and it is about a consistency. So I would recommend watching the video about the law of 100, or whatever you're trying to do around that. Do law of 100. So 100 videos, 100 posts, 100 sales, 100 emails, and only then you could think about quitting. So one, and as well, I love every single one of you. I truly love you for showing up today and helping out Trent and helping out each other. And I hope you've learned something for yourself. I've got 5 minutes, and now I'm going to answer any questions that you have, prioritize any of the females that are out there. And thank you guys for showing up. And David, if you have something that we can call out, I would love to do that as well. So send me a private chat and we'll put you out there. Jeremy, I'm going to stop the video. I didn't record screen. It's okay. It's fine. All right. Questions that you guys have. So in the next 5 minutes, what questions do you guys have? All right. Oh, and this is the thing I was trying to do earlier today on the show. All right. So I'll go 10 minutes. It's not working. Come on now. I was trying to do the... Wait. Don't go anywhere. I know you guys have... All right. Here are your questions. If there's females that have questions, I'm going to prioritize them. And then if you guys have feedback, I'd love to have any feedback about what you guys thought of how we did this Noah's Ark of Business with Trent and his YouTube channel. So Najib, if you're asking questions like this is actually a really important point. When you ask questions like this, it makes it very hard for me to help because it's too broad of a question. So be more specific with your question, and that could be more helpful with my answers. I don't know why your point was deleted from the doc, Michael. Re-put it there. Oh. Just put some stuff at the bottom. If you guys have comments or things like that, if you have other feedback about it, let me know. So at a high level, how do you do consulting for $1,000 a month? And I'm going to give you a stupid answer, but this is actually the answer that really matters, is that you make people a fuck ton of money so that they want to pay you $1,000 a month. Think about it this way. Like, I've done a lot of marketing in my career, and at mint.com, they paid me $100,000 and they ended up selling for $200 million. And so for them, paying $100,000 to get all the marketing done was a good deal. And so I think you have to think about for yourself is that how much money are you generating for someone directly that you can personally be attributed? And then you take a sliver of it, just a sliver, and basically charge your consulting on value, not on hours. And that is how you will move up the ranks, and you will not be a commodity, and you will be moved to something more exclusive and higher value and higher paid. I'd love more feedback as well from any of you guys about what you guys thought about this, what you guys liked, what you didn't like about the show, so I can improve it as we do next week with David and the week after that with the tattoo lady. I'm doing these every single week on Fridays. What app did I use to make that sound? Most important question of the day. This app was called DJ Horn. Can I chat with you privately? No. That's why I do office hours. They're publicly for free. I'm not charging you guys. So you can post your questions and I'll answer you here. What did you learn? So if you have feedback about how I could do them better, 1, or 2, what did you learn about us doing the Trent thing so we can keep improving these Noah Ark of YouTube? You learned a lot. What did you learn? Post what you learned so that we can actually highlight it and reinforce it for me, reinforce it for you, Jeremy, and everyone else who's watching. I think displaying the YouTube chats involving the community is awesome. Thanks, Eric Lee. So I want to talk to my customers more now we're 5 months into the business. What do you want to find out? What's the point of talking to them? I got a call from someone, who is it? I don't know which one of my companies we pay money. They're like, oh, I think AWS. And as well as Zoom, because we spend a lot of money, and they're like, hey, want to get on the phone? I'm like, why? And so I think you have to actually say, what can you talk about that they would be excited to want to talk to you about? If it's just a friendship and a relationship, that's one thing. But if you have something that's beneficial to their business, make it something exciting that they want to come talk to you about. How to focus on one niche. Be a little bit more specific. That's such a broad ass question, so it's really hard for me to go deeper and help you specifically with that. But my suggestion around niches is that niches bring riches. It also sounds like bitches, but I'm not going to say that. So niches being riches, which is exactly around all of the biggest companies in the world started very narrow, but for some reason, everyone who wants to start a successful company doesn't follow that. Facebook did Harvard and schools. Microsoft did DOS. Like, name a successful company. Snapchat did high school kids. So, or college kids. So again, pick something more specific, and the more you can create something that's extremely valuable for them, then you can expand out. I think I've failed a lot of times when I don't go very specific. So the more specific, the better. How do I use daily goals? What's up, Healthy Mike? I can't tell you how to do it for yourself, but the way I've always done it is I have yearly goals, as I showed you guys earlier. So every single day I read my yearly goals. I have it everywhere. So it's on my computer, it's on my phone. That's my yearly goals. You should be able to access them. I read them every single day. And then I take those yearly goals and I have monthly goals. And those monthly goals break down to my weekly goals. Like, here's my weekly. You guys want to see my weekly goals? I'll show it to you. Where's weekly goals? I just want to make sure there's nothing perverted in it. All right. So this is my weekly goals, right? So here's my weekly stuff. And then I take my weekly stuff, and I haven't done it this morning because all I have to do is this thing. And then I write a daily thing that I put on my note cards. And that's how I do the goals. Boom. I got about another like 10 minutes. I'll go a little bit longer. All right. Where was, what's up, Bar? Where did she go? Sorry, I'm trying to get Shaylee. I teach workshops for teens and teens that say she has a no budget. I want to train them to get sponsors, but they ain't imparted and do themselves. How can I show that women can be paid when I'm not paid? So it sounds like that you should get paid first, and then figure out how you can teach people how you're doing that. This question's a little broad. And Shaylee, Jeremy, maybe we can bring Shaylee on in live, trying to get her some sponsors and see if we can do some sales for her. So Shaylee, email Jeremy and we'll add you to the Slack group, and then we can bring you on to a future show. I think one thing you have to be mindful of is that it's hard to do sales to people who don't have money. So I think you need to be a little aware of like, who is the customer, and schools do have money. And I just met a guy who does school workshops, gets paid a lot. Women do have money. It's just finding things that they're excited to pay you for. I think I need to be a little more specific to give you a little bit better advice. What resources do I have to learn about sales? My favorite book in sales is Ultimate Sales Machine. I love that book for sales. It's by Chet Holmes. I think you can find it on okdork.com. But I'd read Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, one of the best book on sales I've seen out there. There's other one like the Challenger Sale. I didn't really care for it. I love Zig Ziglar. I thought all of his stuff back in the day was super great, old school stuff. I love Your Personality. I would love, I went to your Instant Link. I think maybe an LMS platform would be cool. And I don't know what LMS, but I'm glad you like my personality. I like you too. What's up, people? Oh, Nipun's here. Hey, man. Okay. Oh, here's some of the feedback about the shows. I'm not eating chocolate. How do you suggest I get paid speaking gigs? That is really interesting. I'm not an expert in that, so I can't give you advice on how I would do it. There's a guy named Grant Baldwin, who does do that. He literally teaches people how to get paid for speaking, and I think he makes about 5 Gs per speech. I think the 2 ways to get speaking gigs, number one is do YouTube, because you're getting paid on ads to speak. The other thing that I've observed from speakers that are getting paid well to speak, number one, they have books. So that's actually how you raise your rates and get attention speaking. And then you have to do something that people want to talk about, right? So I've created a business. What are you creating, Akua? And then start building some of those relationships now, and expect, we call it, Vanessa recommended this name, but the 2-year list. So where do you want to speak and where do you want to get paid in 2 years? And how do you start building that list? So if you guys actually saw my goals for this week, I have I don't know if it's this week. Did I have it this week? I don't have it this week. It was last week. It was like build out my 2-year list. Sorry, I'm just messaging. I got to go in just a second, y'all. Am I still eating Honey Mama's chocolate? So that's what I do for speaking gigs. No, I am not eating Honey Mama's chocolate because I don't have a refrigerator because I'm traveling around in my car. So I don't have it with me, but I love Honey Mama's chocolate. Other feedback that you guys have around it. Learning management system. Okay, been working on my niche newsletter since the start of the year. My background is in engineering. Should a newsletter always be tied towards content creation or a service in order to gain traction? It can do both. I think what a lot of people think is like, hey, I need to get a newsletter, build up an audience, and then sell them something. I don't actually think that makes a lot of sense. Let me be clear. That does make sense. I also think you don't have to have a newsletter too. I think if you can do consulting and a service directly and manually, and you don't need the newsletter, that's great. I've just enjoyed using a newsletter as building up an audience, communicating with them, and then potentially selling or promoting things like our YouTube videos. So I think you can do it either way. I would just determine what goal you want. So is your goal this year to make a certain amount of money and focus on the consulting, or maybe it's to build up the audience, like the email list size or opens or active opens, and focus on that. I would just pick one or the other. Oh, this is interesting. How do you, more female questions. Hey, Ben Sim, good to see you, man. How do you make sure you're going after goals you want and not goals you think you want? Like the ones we were sold and influenced by, and avoid existential crisis. Sounds like you're going through some stuff. 2 days ago, I had like a really emotional day on Tuesday, and I just went for a walk. And then I went for a bike ride, and I just took some time out. Don't drink, don't do anything, and just take some time back to yourself. And then figure out what you want. Honestly, that's probably one of the hardest questions in life, and no one can tell you that. I think for me with goals, I think if you're not drinking, you're not doing anything that's mind altering, and you take time and you start noticing what's feeling. This is weird ass woo woo stuff, but I notice what I'm feeling. So what is feeling for you, Ben? Like, what have you been doing recently? Like, looking in the past, what have you been feeling that feels right? And if you don't have anything right now, what used to feel right? And if all the things that aren't feeling right now, what can you remove? Is it people? Like we talked with Trent, can you remove people? Can you remove things you're doing and just start going back into the things that feel good? Just feel, and then start exploring that within your goals. So for me, YouTube feels great. I love doing this with y'all. I loved making a video this week about mountain biking. I love that I'm going to make a video about this book that is one of my favorite books ever. I love who I'm getting to connect with because of all this stuff. And so I think about what we get sold and influences more. Are you doing this for other people, or are you doing it for yourself? Existential crisis, I think that's just kind of part of life. I think sometimes we have these fucking moments where like life just sucks and we're just like not sure what to do. And I think it's okay not to panic. Just kind of be like, all right, I'm feeling existential. What is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? Bar, you have any existential crisis?
All the time. I got to let my brother in there first.
Nice. So Bar is a sales amazing guy. Amazing guy. I think for the existential crisis, it's okay if things aren't good. It's okay if things are bad. And just think about, what is this trying to show or teach me right in this moment, and not overreact to it. All right. Other things. And Jen has a great point as well. Thank you, Jen, for sharing this. Like, why do I want this? Do I feel attached to the outcome? Is it my ego? Is it something I enjoy? I think that one of the best things in terms of professional life is like, would I do this for free? And if you do it for free, that's a good way to kind of follow the path of things that you want to keep doing. And that's something that I've found works really well for me. What's up, John Hill? Which direct sales technique is most effective? I mean, the best sales techniques I've ever seen is, number one, within your network. Number two is referrals within your network. And number three is having your customers be your salespeople. So in the history of me, in my sales experiences with AppSumo, which is still an amazing sales team, as well as my other sales experiences, getting referrals and having it hot was great. And then I would always actually have my current customers sell to my new customers. I'd be like, hey, you should really meet this person. And I would just have them meet. And they'd be like, of course, they're like, yeah, they say that I'm great and the business is great. As well, they get a connect and they get a new relationship. And then that would actually be one of the easiest ways I would ever do my sales. I got another 2 minutes. Writing resources advice that's improved my blogging and newsletter. The Gary Halbert letters. If you guys aren't following Neville, copywritingcourse.com. Neville's an amazing writer. I love reading his stuff. Second thing is write. So if you want to improve your writing, write every week. So I journal every week. I do emails every week. Like, I've just been writing every week. And guys, I don't know if you know this. I was in English as a second language in college. Like, I was in English as a second language, and I'm from America. It's not my second language. It's my first language. I just sucked at English. So a lot of that's improved just writing over and over. So number one, Gary Halbert letters. Number two, Neville from Copywriting Course. Number three, write every week. Number four, this is actually an interesting one that I found helpful, Matt. Read your stuff out loud. Read your stuff out loud. And I found that really helpful. And then just do that consistently, and you got it. I want to give a quick shout out, by the way, to David for being so patient. So this is his Instagram. I want you guys to go give him some love. I'm going to put it out here, and I'm going to go to the page myself. Instagram. And then, guys, I have to go. I'm actually late to my next meeting, and I'm getting kicked out of where I'm staying. So if you guys can go to this, let me see if I can show David's site. If you guys are, we're going to go over this next week. I don't follow that many people on Instagram, so I'm not going to follow. But if you guys could go check it out, Instagram.com/purpleturtlebread. David, thank you for being so patient. Boom. All right. So, yeah, Neville changed it to copywriting course. He finally. Oh, you guys have a lot of great stuff. Do you prioritize consistent content creation over quality in the beginning? So in the beginning, just get started. Don't worry about quality. Just worry about starting. And think of it as like your best ally in business is going to be momentum. And so what you really need to do is just get started. Like go look at any popular person and look at their first articles or first videos. One, they probably remove them, or two, they look like shit. So your thing is focus on the law of 100, which is do 100 of it. And don't just do 100 of the same shit. Do 100, but get started and keep improving it along the way. So guys, it is over an hour and 15 minutes. That's how long we do these for. I got to jump off. What I love to do and finish these for. Hey, you guys are now famous on YouTube. What's up, Tom? What we end every single show with, and if you guys have not ended the show with, I'd love to see you next Friday as well. The YouTube channel of Trent, it's in that Google Doc. I'm actually going to turn off sharing because I think it's damn great. This is an amazing doc, Jeremy. We should probably share these. I'm going to turn off that. Now people can just view it. All right, perfect. So I'll copy the link. Here's Trent's thing as well. Your best ally really is momentum in business. So just get that shit going. I have removed old videos. I have removed old articles on okdork.com. But now if it's old and it's still interesting and I think it shows progress, I think that's amazing. Like Mac Miller, one of my favorite artists. The beauty of Mac Miller is that you can actually watch his progression of his music from like high school teeny bop rapper to like really deep, complex music. And I love being able to see that. And your audience, your community wants to see you progress. So what we do, and if you guys have not been part of these office hours, we end it with, we've already invited 2 people to our Slack group, but I'd love to know what is the result you're going to do for yourself today? What is one thing you're going to go do for you today? You, not me. So for me, my one thing for today, I'm going to try to go eat at Uchi in Denver. It's one of my favorite sushi restaurants in Denver, as well as in Austin. Tyson Cole has been on the podcast. That is the one thing I'm looking forward today. What is the one thing you are looking forward today? I'd love to hear it as well. And by the way, if you're not in the okdork.com/group, that is a group where you can connect with each other. Make sure you're subscribed to notification on YouTube. Otherwise, you might miss an office hours because we do change the time of them. And if you're interested in being on our beta list for the book coming out sometime in 2022, it's about starting a business, overcoming fear, and success in your business journey. Email book@okdork.com and we will get you added to our beta list so you can be a part of that process as well. So guys, a lot of times, if you think about restaurants and businesses, people buy cookbooks of restaurants, which is crazy. They're like giving away all the secrets, but people want to know what goes on in the kitchen. So include your community in your experience. And bonus underdog of the week is Philip Stanovich for the Slack channel. Email jeremy@okdork.com and he will get you added as well. Philip, for being so engaged in the comments. If you guys, by the way, we have a private Slack group and that we pick 1 or 2 people, up to 3 each week for people who are engaged. So let me see what you are doing for yourself. This is the part that I really get excited. This is how we end every single show. What is the one thing you are going to do for yourself today? Matt Payne is going to grab an afternoon seltzer. Eric Sahel is going to open one swimming in La Jolla. Hell yeah, man. I was just over there. Such a really fun place in San Diego. This person's going to go to sleep. Good night. I hope you sleep really well. Philip's going to have dinner and then he's going to have sex. Hopefully, I guess either with his hand or with another person. That's awesome, man. Emmanuel's going to order Chipotle. That's honestly the biggest stock regret I've ever had is selling my Chipotle stock. I suck at investing in Chipotle stock. I waited so long. Another video. All right, another story. Jan is going to register SendFox today. Send an email later tonight. Jan, will you commit to the law on 100 of commit and do 100 videos? Let me know in the comment. Sylvie's going to take a shower. I probably need to take a shower, Sylvie. Dude, hell yeah. He's going to go to Malibu Paradise Cove. I hope you do. Make some time for yourself. Helena, you're going to make some latkes. I'm going to make laksa. Maybe latkes for Jewish New Year. Yes, Jen is going to go outside and enjoy the clean air. Jen, I'm glad you showed up. Alyssa, I'm glad you showed up as well, and you gave so many people so much amazing advice. I appreciate you guys showing up and helping each other. Dude, Greg Gilbert made homemade tacos with a wife and 11-year-old daughter. Dude, that's dope, man. What else? Ooh, Alicia is going to have a spa treatment. Treat yourself, girl. I had a Chinese massage. If you guys don't fuck with Chinese massage, it's they look hella shady. It says reflexology or Chinese foot massage. It's always $35 to $45. They are bomb. and they don't try to do the happy ending shit. That's fucking weird. But if I recommend, if you guys want to get Chinese foot massage or reflexology, super worth it. Purchase a new calendar AI Zoom from AppSumo, Edward. Hell yeah, dude. Do some fishing. Yes, Justin. Guys, keep posting things you're going to do for yourself. And then I got to jump out here. I'm already 15 minutes over my other meeting. So David, Oleg's going to prepare a new op. David, stop following people and just start following David Grigsby. You don't need to follow Noah anymore. You don't need Tim. Both of us have great advice for you. But now it's about taking action and being the David Grigsby and creating the things that you want to start creating. David Tong, thank you so much for being patient, my man. I appreciate it. We're going to go over you in a week or so and get you on here. Shaylee, there's a place with a Groupon for $15 for a massage in Chicago. Maybe I'll go to Chicago. That's a good deal. Jeremy, by the way, everyone, thank you, Jeremy, as well. Put some claps together. He's the one, the producer of the show. He brought on Trent and helps make things look so damn great. I think a lot of you think it's just me and a camera making all this shit happen. It is not. There's so many more to a team and making this stuff look great for you guys than you guys realize. So thank you, Jeremy. Give some props to Jeremy in the comments. Going to watch a soccer game with his dad. Damn, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Dieter. I hope he heals quickly and you guys enjoy the soccer game. All right, we are out of here. Everyone's giving Jeremy some love. It was great. I mean, it's hard to fix a business in 45 minutes or get one started, but we did it. I appreciate all you guys supporting each other. I love every single one of you and the underdogs. I love you, and I'll see you out there. See you guys next week. Pew, pew. Deuces.